What's up, everybody? I grew up with Emily Osmett. Emily Osmett was on multiple Disney Channel shows growing up. I grew up with her, and she's only about 7 years older than me, I believe. A Very Merry Bridesmaid is all about Leah, played by Emily Osmett, whose 30th birthday is on Christmas Eve, the same day as her brother's wedding. Her childhood crush, named Drew Vaughn, is in town for the wedding, and he is determined to make sure her birthday does not go by the wayside. This is one that is baffling to me, because there's one moment in this film that I'm going to get into right from the very, very start that baffled me to no end. I text my friend, and I'm like, you watch this movie, right? And he goes, yeah. Did you notice this? He didn't even notice this. I actually went to rewind the movie on my DVR to listen for it, and it was still there. When Leah and Drew kiss at the very, very end, right before they kiss, they're looking at each other, and you hear a stagehand or an assistant director go, lean in. And if it's still on the newer airings of this, I'm going to be very surprised, because that's a very rookie move. That's a very rookie move in the editing department. If you didn't see that or hear that when you were making the film, I don't understand. Now, I'm friends on Facebook with David Strasser. Very nice guy. He's a veteran of this genre now. He had a Christmas film come out this year called Coyote Creek Christmas with Janelle Parrish and Ryan Pavey. I enjoyed that one fine. He also did a Glenbrook Christmas in 2020. But he's also done a bunch of Up TV films as well, like Love is a Piece of Cake, The Dating List, Just for the Summer, Love at the Ranch, Love's Second Chance. I'm still waiting on The Picture at Christmas. No, The Picture of Christmas. This is one that really should have worked, because Emily Osmett is one of those actresses that I grew up with, so I should get a little bit of nostalgia for her. And I did. She's the best part of this film. She's the best part of this film. This film gets a full star on Letterboxd just for her alone, because she killed it. She made every single scene she was in better, because it's Emily Osmett. What this movie fails at is having chemistry between Leah and Drew in some scenes. And in some scenes, it's not their fault. It's not the actor's fault. It's the screenplay. This film was written by two writers, Tracy and Elena. Tracy, this writer has done multiple films in this genre. A veteran. Some of the best ones yet. But then again, looking at a film from a couple weeks ago, A Kiss Before Christmas, that was very mediocre. She also did Gingerbread Miracle from this year, which I thought was also very mediocre. But then you got Switch for Christmas, Christmas Getaway, Ice Sculpture Christmas, Christmas with the Darlings, Snow Bride, Once Upon a Prince, All for Love, The Story of Us, It's Christmas Eve, Love of Course, Under the Moonlight, Under the Autumn Moon, Stranded in Paradise, Tulips in Spring, The Wedding March 4, Something New and Something Old and Something New, a bunch more that I am actually forgetting. And the other writer, Elena, has also done some interesting stuff. You can definitely tell that this was co-written, because this is Elena's very first credit on Letterboxd. You can tell where there's portions where she wrote this line, she wrote this scene, she wrote this scene, because they don't mesh well. These writers did not do a very good job of collaborating with each other. Hey, I'm going to write this scene, this scene, this scene, and I want you to do this and this and this. They didn't do a very good job of that. This film is very messy with the screenplay. The chemistry is not there in the screenplay. The words on paper did not mesh well with what's going on screen. However, at some points, it did. And when it did on paper, it didn't on screen, because I thought that the direction was a little bit flawed at some points. But the on-screen chemistry worked 95% of the time. But this film really pissed me off, because I've heard of ADRing, and I critique ADRing pretty well. This is not something I have ever heard before, unless it's a very, very low-budget indie wild eye horror film. Like a film that's under $10,000 or something like that. Something very, very low. I have never heard either the actress or a stagehand, while the camera is still rolling and they didn't edit it out, either their stage mic wasn't on or the boom mic caught it. You're supposed to be very quiet on set until the scene is over and then the director yells cut. David knows what he's doing here. I have no idea who did that, where that came from, but if you watch this movie back, let me know if that is still there, because A Very Merry Bridesmaid is a shockingly disappointing film that I wanted to love. I wanted to love this movie. This trailer looked amazing. And as a big Hallmark guy, I hate to say this, this is one of the weakest Hallmark Christmas films of the entire year. But, with that being said, it's not an awful film. It's not the worst Hallmark Christmas film of the entire year. This is even in my top 5 or top 10 worst of the year. Very disappointing. I thought this was going to be a 4.5, 5-star Christmas film, and it is not. I'm going to give A Very Merry Bridesmaid a C-. I will see all of you guys next time for my review of the 2015 film, I believe. 2015, isn't it? Merry Christmas. Right? 2015? Yes. 2015 film, Merry Christmas. And I will see all of you guys next time.